for the commission. We thank you for the support staff. Thank you for the workers of Jefferson County. Dear Lord, as we are about to transact the business of Jefferson County today and to set forward the agenda, dear Lord, we ask that you give us an open mind to do the right things for all the citizens of Jefferson County. Dear Lord, we have to always remember our purpose is to improve the quality of life and to work together. Dear Lord, we ask that you be with those that are sick and affirmed and touch them with your healing hands. And dear Lord, we ask that you bless us as we go forward through this week. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone. Commissioner Bowler.
Yes, sir. I'm getting kind of used to being number one again.
You're used to being number one again.
Well, this is 3 in a row.
There we go.
I think I'm still number 5, but you know.
That's right.
Right outside the door.
That's okay. We're going to go ahead and start. We just had a prayer.
We'll start off today with economic development. We have Jeff here from our department, and we have some representatives from American Cast Iron Pipe Company, a company that I know has been around here in Jefferson County since before all those people sitting on the wall over there were even born. Just as a young man, my father that worked at the steel mill, he had a lot of friends that worked at a Sipco, and they've been great through the decades, and I personally know that they had an opportunity to enlarge things and go to other jurisdictions that would love to have had them, but they stayed home, and I think, you know, they do a round of applause, and I really do appreciate the work that Jeff did with them in corralling this. So we'll let you hear a little bit from starting with Jeff today, and then they've got one representative. Jeff.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Got a project here. I think it's going to be an awesome project for the start of the year. Everybody here in the room is familiar with Sipco. They've got some plans out at their facility which will represent which was Coke, but now Sipco could be the largest single investment in District 1, and to my knowledge, the second largest investment within the county behind Smuckers. Sipco is looking at a major reinvestment in their facility. This investment would switch over their operations to electric fired furnaces. Represent an investment in their facility of $793.1 million. Switching over to this new technology, they expect that they'll see over a 90% reduction in their emissions. It'll create 80 new jobs with an average salary of $114,000. 55,000? Okay. 55,000. An hour. 55 an hour.
113.4.
Okay, 114,000. Yeah, we'll just stick with that.
Pick a number, yeah. These employees, they don't discriminate based on age, do they?
My ex-husband retired from there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting some of that money.
So what we're proposing today is helping them support the project with our typical jobs grant. We expect that the value of that will be about $320,000 based on the 80 jobs and $114,000 wages that will be associated with that. At this time, we've got John Akel's-Camp with the company. We spent some time trying to pronounce that name. Sorry, I get it right. To talk a little bit about the project, but just a little bit of information over the life of the project. We estimate that this will generate about $11.4 million in general fund revenue to the county and about $25 million to the schools. So this time I'll invite John up to talk a little bit more about the company and the project. John?
All right, thank you for letting me be here today, and thank you for listening to us talk about our investments in the city of Birmingham and Jefferson County. Sipco, as we're known around here, we're known as American Cast Iron Pipe, or American around the country and around the world, has been here since 1905. and we're celebrating our 120th year. Been in the same place, on the north side of Birmingham. We make ductile iron pipe, diameters 4-inch through 64-inch, and we make oil and gas steel pipe, 12-inch through 24-inch here in Birmingham. We do all sorts of other things around the country, but as it was stated earlier, we want to stay in Birmingham and reinvest in Birmingham. So we've embarked on 4 projects that are just under $800 million in value. With inflation, who knows where that number will end up, but we've made a commitment to start those projects as soon as possible. And we will reduce emissions by changing our coke-fired cupola to electric furnaces. We will eliminate the use of coke, which is a main source of greenhouse gases. So our melting project will emit much less greenhouse gases than what we had previously. So we're excited for that. There's great reasons to do that from a business standpoint and a competitive standpoint for us to do that. So it's a win-win for everybody. But that is a long-term project. It's going to take us 4, 5, 6 years to go get that project complete. One of the other projects on there is a new employee center. We're an employee-owned company. Our first president, on his deathbed, bought up all the shares of the company and left them a trust for the future employees, the employees and pensioners of the company. So as an employee company, we're going to reinvest in our employees by building them an employee center. Be new lockers, be a new cafeteria, new showers. We're just trying to make sure that we can attract and retain good employees from the metro area. It's a good example of how desirable right now we are with our current wages being so high. We went out for labor applications in July, entry-level labor applications. We posted the notice at midnight. We had to take it down by 2 p.m. because we had 2,000 applicants in 14 hours. So we are a very high sought-after employer in town. We want to remain that way. And we also want to remain competitive against the rest of the country and the rest of the world and be able to produce our products here in Birmingham, Alabama. So that's a little bit about some of the projects we're looking to do, and we appreciate the consideration.
Now, Mr. John, would you, for our minutes clerk, spell your last name, sir?
Sure. Hagelskam. I am the Senior Vice President of Sales and the Secretary of the Corporation.
Mr. Van Ritchie still there?
He is retired, but yeah, we still hear from him. He's doing well.
All right.
Mr. O'Brien is our CEO now.
Mr. Bull?
Okay.
I move second.
Second.
All right.
Mr. President, before you go ahead and carry it, may I speak?
Certainly.
All right. First of all, I want to say thank you, Jeff, for the work that you all are doing. SIPCO has been in North Birmingham for a long time, and so it does my heart well, the mere fact that we're talking about you all expanding your footprint. I have been hearing about some things that you all wanted to do, but I think that this is going to be a good shot in the arm for that area because there's a lot of development that needs to take place specifically in the community that surrounds SIPCO. I do want to also say that I was thrilled to know about the wage, salary that we're talking about, and the mere fact that we're not just talking about jobs, we're talking about livable wage jobs. So I just wanted to say from me to you, I look forward to us continuing to work together as the commissioner for the district, and to say how much I really appreciate you, Jeff, for making this happen.
One thing, since you missed it a little earlier, but one thing that I do want to reiterate is with them switching from coke-fired furnaces to electric, they're estimating that they'll see more than a 9% reduction in their greenhouse gas emissions. So very clean operation, and North Birmingham with all the issues like that is going to be a big thing.
Exactly. Well, that's one of the other reasons why I'm happy about it. Because as we take a new approach in terms of that, there's a lot of health-related issues surrounding, that community. And so the mere fact that you all are looking at something that not only is going to be effective and productive, but the community doesn't have to suffer any longer, than it has to based on some of the environmental issues we've faced in the past. So thank you.
Any other questions?
All right, we got a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
His name. I didn't catch his spelling.
All right, we move from a very large entity to a smaller but just as important one, and that is the Red Mountain Theater Company. You got a community grant there. And then number 2, have a community grant to one of my favorites, the Humane Society. My dog makes me say that every time. He's a very good dog. And
I want to add,
and we've got some,
You want to add the Humane Society?
I've already added to the Humane Society. I
right,
gave-
we've got an addition coming in from District 4, District 3, District 2, and District 1. So everybody on this commission supports this. And
I
that's-
want to add 2,000 to Red Mountain.
Okay, thank you.
To what now?
2,000 to
Okay.
Red Mountain.
Red Mountain
Yeah,
Theater.
'cause I've already added to the dog.
2 or
2,000.
or
I thought you said 10, Mike.
No.
Not
2.
20.
Yeah, 2 to Red Mountain, and I did 5 for the Humane Society.
Okay, so we'll add that on the item number 1, the Red Mountain, on behalf of Commissioner Tyson.
And
And
let me add 3 and make it an even 10. How about that?
that sounds great, thank you. And with those additions then, anything further?
I'm moving.
Second.
All right, we now have a motion and second for items 1 and 2 on the other business. All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Thank you, and that takes care of District 5, Commissioner President.
Here you go.
Commissioner Knight?
Finance, Ms. Dixon.
Good morning, Commissioners. We have 9 items under finance. The first item is the contract for elevator maintenance and repair for various county departments, and that was bid. Item number 2 is unusual demand report. Item 3, 4 is the purchasing exception report. Item number 5 and 6 is the purchasing agenda report.
Have a motion to move 1 through 9.
Okay,
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank you.
Multiple staff development, do I have a motion on that?
Move item.
Second. Have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, developmental services, Mr. Morrison, is it you?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
The first item under Development Services is an administrative Tier 1 review for a 150-foot guide communications tower. There's no public hearing involved in this request. It's just merely for approval from the Commission. Where this tower is going is out in the rural areas, out on the western side, close to the Warrior River. But this tower is not a cell tower. This is a tower that is there to help enhance broadband internet services for the residents of the area. It does meet all building setbacks that would be required, and staff recommends approval.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Have a motion and a
Glad to see
second,
it.
all in favor? Z250026.
This is the day I dreaded all my.
Sir?
Yes, this is a request to align zoning with a proposed subdivision of property. As you can see right now, this property consists of 2 tax parcels in this area that is zoned C3. That was done so in the late 1950s. What has happened is this property contained the residence and the business. The business owner lived in the residence. And he since sold off the portion that has the business. So the lot lines are now configured differently. This proposed rezoning is just to align the current C3 zoning with the new lot line and the current A1 zoning, or the current A1 zoning with lot 1. This is sort of routine. We do this a lot anytime, in particular, there's a situation where you have split zoning and subdivision of property.
What do they want it to, what do they want it to be zoned to? A C?
It's C3. Currently,
All of it?
yes, just rezone that lot to C3.
Oh, just the purple?
Yeah, we're essentially moving the purple to cover this lot line where the business is. C3 is the zoning that allows for bars and lounges. Currently, or previously, this was the site of Western's Booby Trap, which was operating in a non-conforming fashion. They can't open an adult. They cannot open an adult business here. It would have to be a bar or lounge.
What's a booby trap?
It was an adult entertainment business.
A strip joint?
Yeah, it was a shake joint.
And they want to make it at one, or they trying to?
Just a bar. Just a bar.
Oh, wait a minute. So the strip club, I thought the strip club was a bar.
Well, no, they're actually treated separate. They're considered an adult-oriented business under the guise of the zoning regulations. So it would require a different zoning classification in order for it to be a strip.
So they taking the strippers out and just gonna have a bar for
Take the strippers out, bring the vodka in.
Oh, okay.
Strippers are out back now.
Oh,
Yes,
What
sir.
about the bingo?
The bingo?
strippers,
I'm unaware of
bingo,
the
and
Bingo,
bar,
stripper,
and whiskey.
and whiskey.
I ain't got a minute.
Now, you get the bingo up the road right now, but they're under prosecution.
Talk to the county attorney about that. Or whoever will let them get in.
Maybe Commissioner Knight?
Oh, was there any opposition?
What'd you say?
Yes, there was opposition.
Good
Most of the
morning.
opposition was geared towards the previous business that was on the site.
So they like the strippers.
They did not.
Oh, well, everybody got to make some money.
In your packet, there's letters of both support and opposition.
Leave them women alone.
Is this the only
It's just a
C3 zoning in the area?
No, Savory Bar and Grill's just up the street.
Nothing wrong with her.
I want to say there's another vacant C3 zoning that's along Highway 78, closer to the Walker County line.
Yeah.
So we're not upping it to a C5?
No. Originally, that was the request, but they redacted that. And now they just wish to realign the C3 zoning with the proposed lot line.
Well, I like everybody.
Do we know if this is a local LLC or, I've heard that
I believe
they
that
have several of those types of establishments around the county.
I'm unaware of that.
So you
You
trying?
need to find
Are
out.
they
I know that
pimps?
it's based under Walker County, I believe.
Well, what are they? What what you trying to say, Jimmy? They pimps or something? You said they bought several of them.
Several of the establishments, yeah. I think they bought,
But they pimps
Same.
and sugar daddies.
See,
What
this
what
we'll find
is it?
out.
If this commission stuff
The
don't work
mafia?
out for you, you might can.
Well, no, I ain't got the body for it. But
Check them out.
want somebody younger than me?
No, I'm having a hard time wrapping myself
I
around
don't understand what is going on.
it. Based on the
I
folks
really
up in the corner Bagley area and what they do and how they work. Oh,
Yes, sir. And again,
okay.
this is just
there were 300
changing.
people on a petition against this, am I correct?
Correct. But again, the petition and all that was received prior to the change in the request. There was a request to do adult-oriented business. That's gone away. It's just wanted to be a bar. That's all that it can be under the C3 zoning that they're requesting. Modify the boundaries of it.
So the 300 people, they wanted to stay a strip club.
There were some that were in opposition, there were
They
some
didn't
that were in
want-
support.
They don't want,
They didn't, no, they were against the zoning change.
so they wanted to stay a strip club.
No, they can't, they won't put a strip club.
What happened was the strip club was there in operation for several years, but it was non-conforming because they're not allowed in C3 zoning, which is what it's currently zoned. After they closed on September 24th, the clock started ticking on when they lose their non-conforming status. So by the time they came forth with, the beverage license request and everything else, it had already passed that time. So it lost its status as non-conforming. So all it can be now under current zoning is a bar.
Didn't that place burn down?
No. At least not anytime recently.
All right, do I have a motion to pass it to the agenda?
Remove the item, equal opportunity for everybody.
I have a motion for equal opportunities. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye.
I'll oppose that.
Well, we're just moving it to the agenda.
I know, but
It's in your district.
it's my district.
You don't like strip?
No, ma'am. Not necessarily that.
Okay.
Okay? But you've got 300 residents up there who signed a petition
Oh.
that didn't want that.
And I'm sure we'll hear
If you
from-
ever drove around the neighborhood up there, you would see that that's really not what the people up there want. That's just me.
We'll just move to the agenda.
It's moved to the agenda.
Where's the nearest residence or neighborhood, Mike?
Just behind it, you've got some scattered rural residences. Going back on Warrior Jasper Road, there's a neighborhood across the street, or across Highway 78, Mill Creek, I believe is the name of the subdivision.
All right, well, we passed it to the agenda. All right. Z 250029.
All right, this is a simple downloading request. It's currently zoned I3 and I3S. They're requesting to downzone it to A1 to subdivide for large residential lots. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, comply with the policies of the land use plan.
All right, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Z 250032.
Okay, similar to the
Another,
other request, this property is being subdivided, and the subdivision will result in one lot being less than 1 acre. And so what they've done is they've requested to rezone that lot to rural residential from A1 agriculture, because A1 requires a minimum lot size of 1 acre. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, and it does comply with the policies of the land use plan.
do I have a motion?
I'll move.
Have a motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Z 250033.
All right, yes, this is a request to go from A1 agriculture to I1 light industrial. This is it's a business that does maintenance on food services equipment and HVAC. We want to put a Butler building here, primarily just to store equipment, maybe some light manufacturing or repairs to some equipment. It does comply with the policies of the amended land use plan for this area. The Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend to amend the land use plan so that this use could be considered for this property. It is sort of across the street from some other light industrial uses, as well as down the street from or next door to the property that's on I-1 light industrial as well. So that being said, the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of this request.
Is there anything there now, or is it just a lot?
It's just vacant.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move.
Motion second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, general services. Ms. Wilkin, are you on?
I'm here. Good morning, Commissioners. General Services has one contract item on the agenda. It's for MBA, Professional Engineering Services, for domestic relations.
What are we intending to do?
So
What's
we've
the
observed some conditions over at that building. There is daylight visible under the base walls in multiple locations there. We've got some exterior brick veneer issues, and the interior floor in the terrazzo has a running crack. So we need to have it structurally assessed to make sure that we don't have any underlying issues there.
Wow. Okay. Do I have a motion?
Of course.
Second.
A motion and second. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, with tax collector, we got the 2024 insolvent report. Do I have a motion?
Move on. Second.
Motion and second. All in favor? Aye. All right, now I have some other business with some grants.
Move on.
Item 1 and 2.
Have a motion second. All in favor? Aye.
It's not on the agenda, but we did 15,000 for it.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that. You're adding 15 to the lead.
It's on the actual contract. We don't have to change anything, but it wasn't on the agenda.
Which one is that?
The Leeds Main Street.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that.
Ours is 15.
Yeah. Maybe we can get you some good help soon, Mike.
I got some good help. Can't get a word in edgewise.
All right, that concludes my report.
All right, Administrative Infrastructure Committee, we got roads and trams, we got Carson Road Improvement Phase 1, which will be done construction Then you got an updated license agreement for the Corner Community Ballpark, which is just extending our lease to the community on that property.
Move item
So,
All in favor say aye. Fleet management, there's nothing. County attorney, you have minutes from the December the 18th. You have a condemnation settlement with John Edward Litch. Then you have some personal damage and personal injury denied.
I move the 1 through, how many is it?
8.
8.
All in favor say aye.
Aye. Going back up to roads, on item 1, Carson Road improvements, I did have a question. When are we going to start that, and what kind of road closures will we have?
Yes, sir. So that's phase 1 is the widening at Carson Road at Black Creek Republic, widening guardrail. So this is the construction contract. By the time this rolls through, we'll do a pre-construction meeting, and mid to late February, construction start early March. It'll all be under traffic, so you won't have road closures.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And that's the first of 4 phases. There's 4 phases coming.
Okay, I thought they,
All right, we have county manager next. Got a presentation for Representative Treadway for some legislation that he sponsored and passed. You have the Administration Office of the Courts, the 26 bailiff salary appropriation. You have an EMS for ARPA ambulance and equipment for the acquisition for the city of Leeds. And you have ARPA for EMS training equipment for BREMS. Any questions?
Mr. Margaret, how many bailiffs does that entail? Do we know?
Commissioner, I don't know. I can find out though and let you know.
Let me ask this too, while we're at this. This is item number 4, where we're talking about ARPA funds for EMS, right? Are we just about completed with those funds for that particular purpose?
Yes, ma'am. What we're having to do is, as the contracts are closing out, if we are identifying any kind of underspend, we're reallocating it, which is what these are. So it's same category, same planned usage. It's just renewals of contracts basically to reallocate funds that have to stay in category. So we're getting to the very end of the budgeting, but this is all as it was allocated.
So my purpose for asking that is that it was brought to my attention, County Manager, about some other outlying cities, and I'm assuming that they didn't receive certain things, but I wanted to be clear for the record this morning, that's why I was asking what was the balance as it relates to it, because I know that Commissioner Stevens' office and myself would work together with regard to some of those western cities, and I don't want it to ever be stated publicly that my office is responsible for any other cities that we're not responsible for. So that's why I wanted to get a clear understanding that if there were additional funds, and yes, I am being diplomatic in this setting, but moving forward, it probably be more direct, because I don't want it to ever be and hinder any other city from being able to get any type of EMS resource that I'm not responsible for. But as a commissioner, obviously, everybody wants to try to have something for their respective city. Am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So we basically, in terms of that particular fund, that money is gone. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then there's no other outlying money or whatever the case may be that could be used for the same purpose but could be reappropriated, being that it has not,
No, this should wrap it all up.
Okay. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Heather?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, next we have the other. All in favor?
Aye.
I need a first and a second. Who gonna move it?
Move the item.
No, we didn't.
We didn't move
All
or
right.
second.
All right, second?
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, District 3 other business, these are community grants.
Move 1, 2, 3.
Third.
All right. We have, these are municipalities, or coincidentally, this is all has to do with either the police or the fire department in these particular municipalities, and it's one of our better uses of our public funds, and it gives them the equipment and tools necessary to save lives, and this is important. And I appreciate that, and have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There is none. So we'll go to District 2.
Good morning, Commissioner. Community Development and Services, Dr. Hamilton. Bertram Young.
Happy New Year, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Happy New Year to you.
There are 11 items today for your consideration. The first item is a lien release for our home program. Items 2 through 8 are senior center grants in the amount of $20,000 per center. And items 9, 10, and 11 are annual acceptance of our HUD.
I have a question on number 9.
Yes, sir.
How many houses is that 823,000 purport to build? Or is that what it's for?
So how we've been using that money in the last couple of years, supporting developers to do senior living developments. With this amount, if we were to do individual homes, it would be somewhere around 20 to 25. But we are anticipating receiving some additional funds and being able to move some things.
And when you say senior living developments, like complexes?
Correct.
Okay.
Let me ask this too, for number 3, where we have for Edgewater.
Yes.
And I know that this is an annual allocation but I've noticed that the contract term started back in September, is that correct? Where it says contract term, it says upon execution,
Oh, I think
September 30?
That is a typo. This should go to September 30th.
Okay, it didn't look right, that's why I was like, I wanted to ask. But here's about with regard to that Edgewater program. When we give to our senior centers, typically I know it's for general use, which is basically whatever is needed at that time, right? But how are we publicizing in these communities, particularly like Edgewater, in terms of the different programming that we provide? Do we have a system by which we publicize in especially those, I don't want to call it rural areas, but in those areas such as Edgewater? And I'm asking because I participated in a meeting as relates to some of the services that they're trying to figure out what the county is doing. So it's obvious to me that we probably need to up our communications in that community.
So our senior services department, they try to do several events there throughout the year, and then they'll publicize through the local churches or through the community center itself.
Are we permitted, Cal, to assist if necessary? About, making sure that, not trying to put you in the middle there. So are we able to assist in that regard so that constituents have a better knowledge about what programs are available in that area? Not to take over, but only to assist. That's what I'm asking.
Assist in what way?
And making sure that it's publicized, that people in that area know that, because the county does a lot of work. But at the end of the day, if people don't know and they can't take advantage of it, then they just assume that the programming is not being provided, when that's not the case. That's what I'm talking about. I'm asking, not telling. I'm asking you.
I think that's appropriate. all the help we can get.
Yeah, in the past, we've had community meetings out there and with multiple minds, and Dr. Hamilton was really, was instrumental in working through that, and, we had Roads and Transit actually came out and did clean some ditches and some things that, to meet their specific needs, and that's something that, we've always done and we'll continue to do.
Right.
All of that is usually, those are pockets out there that are old mining communities, and working, and they each have an individual need. It's not like you can do a blanket thing, because the community is close, and they each have needs, and they have common needs. You know, they need to clean up the trash and things like that we can help with. But some need ditches, some need a right-of-way taken care of, some need patches of the roads. And that is something that we do, and you and I have talked to work together to try to make sure that their individual community needs are met. I'll be happy to work with you, anything that we have in conjunction. Our district got muddled out there during the last redistricting.
That's right.
Many of them were calling on me, and it was your district, and many of them were calling you, and it was my district, so we swapped up a little bit. We'll continue to work together.
Okay. Get the item moving.
I have a question. On item 10, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that split evenly between the districts?
Yes, sir.
That amount? Okay. And my last question was on the HUD ESG. What is a emergency solutions grant?
So the ESG grant we use to support homelessness providers.
Is what?
To support homelessness providers. So your One Groups, your Bridge Ministries, to help support. So those funds are generally used for people who are at risk of being homeless. And so it can pay for a multitude of things, but generally those go to help some of those shelters and with some of their administrators.
Let me ask this question, being that I know Commissioner asked about item 10. Was that the 300 we get?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted for clarification.
Well,
One might, the 300,000, what we get per district, when you said per district, I wanted to make sure there's no per.
So you said that covers each district as well as our housing rehab program.
You're what?
Our housing rehab program that we have, that money also comes out of it.
So let me ask you something. So in other words, the grants that were approved for this fiscal cycle, okay, I'm sure that there's a list of those programs that actually got approved per district.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is with this?
That's
Is
correct.
that something that Merck should be able to look up?
Yes. So what happens is HUD generally runs, I would say, about a year behind. And so
Right.
everything that was applied for in last year that was approved, Dr. Hamilton probably shared with you all the plan for those dollars. This is just acceptance of those dollars so we can start spending.
But it should be in, what is it, minutes? Minute track? Okay. All right, so that's,
And if it's not,
if you don't know.
So you're saying over $500,000 in that pot goes to something other than the commission's allocations?
So $500,000 of that is used for our housing rehab.
Housing rehab.
So usually it'll be emergency. A lot of citizens are calling in with emergency. What we consider as emergency is a roofing issue, some type of flooring issue, HVAC. Especially
Okay.
in this
Yeah, it's helped. I've had a client that, or somebody. Okay. All right, thank you.
Can I get a motion?
A motion?
It's been first and second, all in favor, say aye. Sheriff Department. Did I skip? No, Sheriff.
This is just the just annual lease agreement for our aviation assets for the sheriff's office. Anybody have any question about that?
You got to call.
Move.
So it's moving from Bessemer to Birmingham.
Move.
That's right. Move to Best River, and then it's slightly less expensive to have it in Birmingham as opposed to in Bessemer, and puts us a little closer to the middle of the county, easier to deploy assets from Birmingham as opposed to Bessemer.
Mr. Rogers, what's kind of ballpark cost on this?
I don't know that, Commissioner, I can get it.
Okay.
I know it's slightly, that should be in your packet, but.
52,000.
I think we had some
It's
in
52,000.
effect, because I was going to ask you, the next helicopter I have will be the first one that I buy.
Sure.
$52,476.
70,000?
52,000.
And that's just for the lease of the space?
So the lease of the space,
This will look like it come out for about 4,400 a month.
Something like that, that's right. Slightly less than it was in Bessemer. A few $100 a year less is what I was told.
That's for high dollar people.
I believe that, is the city of Birmingham helping with this?
I don't know. Well, yes, they are, for sure. Yes, they
All
are.
right.
We have an agreement with the city of Birmingham. We've shared pilots with them, things like that.
Are they contributing any dollars to this?
Not that, I don't think they're contributing any dollars to the lease agreement for the aviation assets. But I'm not sure.
Well,
I know
there has to be an advantage to doing what we're doing. And, the city of Birmingham has use of that helicopter. And what are they contributing to the county as far to be able to use it? Because it's used majority of the time in the city of Birmingham.
So they pay the pilot. First of all, there's a pilot, city of Birmingham pilot that flies.
They pay their pilot.
They pay their pilot, that's right. And we pay ours. But they use their pilot, of course, when they were using the helicopter. So.
But all the maintenance and storage and lease and space, and we take care of
I
it?
don't know. I can find out for y'all. Not sure about that. I know we do have an agreement, have an MOU with the city of Birmingham over how we share the assets.
Yeah, just a little bit
Yeah,
more
I
of a
can
deeper
give you
dive,
some-
that'd be good.
While we do have you here, Mr. President, after this item has taken a vote, I would like in this setting for you, I don't know how in the world that this came to be, but it seems as though the constables thought that the commission was taking some type of action, which I have shared. We legally do not have the authority to do that because we all are elected.
Right.
So Solomon, that'd be something good for you to write, and Helen, if you don't mind, and Cal, because I don't even know how that happened, and you got constables that are all over the county, but they were under the impression that the commission was taking an action, basically, to get them out of the service business.
Which is certainly not the case and not the intent of the bill that we proposed in any fashion. It has nothing
But
to do
I
with
think that there's some real clarification that needs to be had, because what you don't want is to seem like the commission has an adversarial view and appreciation for the work of other fellow elected officials,
Right.
which are constables. You see what I mean?
Sure.
And so if you all can help, even from the sheriff's department.
I've spoken with several of them, Commissioner, over the last couple
No,
of
but
weeks.
you want to make an official statement, especially if it gives a perception of the commission that we were entertaining something that was not actually on the table. Neither was it the desire or the intent of the commission to do away with anything concerning the constables and their responsibilities and duties.
Well, we wouldn't have that authority anyway.
Wouldn't have authority anyway.
I understand that, but we're talking about interpretation, and we're in the perception business, Joe, and perception for some is reality. So if they're under the impression that the commission is talking about doing away with the service
They
of...
have to understand where their authority comes from, too.
Right, and Commissioner,
I mean, it comes from the legislature, not us. I understand what you're saying.
Right. And I think we're going to actually end up not end up proposing that bill at all. There is a statewide bill that would do the same thing that I think is likely to pass. So, but it will not abolish constables in Jefferson County in any fashion. It won't affect them in any way.
I just wanted there to be an official public statement that clarifies
I will
what
talk
was
Sheriff
being
about.
discussed.
I'll talk Sheriff about making such.
Yeah, please. I don't even think that that was his intent.
No, it definitely was not his intent. And obviously, we wouldn't have authority to issue a public statement on his behalf this time, but I'll talk to him about it.
All right, thank you.
I saw.
All right.
I get a motion on the floor for item one. It's been moved. Can I get a second?
Second.
It's been first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, youth detention.
I move it.
Get a second.
Royalty pad
Second.
repair, is that for the bedding and stuff in there?
Padding and all that. It's been first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I have District 2 report 1 through 3. Have a grant for the ministries. I have one grant for Legacy YMCA, and the other one for the Clay House. If anyone want to
I
go
would
to
like
Clay
to
House.
amend, and I'd like to add $5,000 to the Legacy YMCA in District 3. And I'd like to add $10,000 to the Clay House in District 3.
We're already on it, right? Yeah.
You already on
Those
Okay.
are two very, very worthwhile
that? Right.
endeavors. The Clay House is a godsend for the cutoff area.
Yes, it is. Okay, can I get a motion for 1 and 2 and 3?
Second, first. Motion.
Then first and second, all in favor, say aye. All right, that's the end of my report.
All right. Commissioner Scales, good morning.
Good morning, Public Works, Community Services, and Intergovernmental Relations. We have one item under Board of Equalization. Do we have any questions that maybe Ms. Knight can entertain if you have any?
Will this speed up some of the process?
Well, based on, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No,
Yes.
sir, it won't speed up the process. What it actually does is gives us information on rental rates for commercial property. We can use the income approach, sales comparison, and cost approach to determine value. And what this description does is to give us information on what market rental rates are for commercial property.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Do you have any questions, any board questions?
Move.
All right, it's been moved, can I get a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded, all those in favor let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
We have 3 items under Human Resources, which is an amendment number 1 to amend the employment agreement for a Chief Human Resource
I
Officer.
move 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Got a second?
Yeah.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor let it be known by saying aye. One item under district report is community grant.
Move it.
All right. All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
That ends my, oh, well, hold on. Wait a minute. There's a pen and ink change. Wait a minute, hold on. So do we need to go back and withdraw it?
I will go.
What is it?
Yeah, because there's a pen and ink change.
Oh, what?
I thought about it on this community grant. It should be 10,000. It's not 7,500. And there was a change because it was wrongly put it. So I wanted to make sure everybody got a copy. It should have been 10,000, not 7,500. So it's been withdrawn. And Commissioner Tyson, if you can withdraw your second.
Withdraw.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And so I'd like to call for a motion for $10,000 as with the pen and ink change. All right, it's been moved. Can I get a second?
Okay.
It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor say so by saying aye. All right, thank you.
County Attorney, good morning.
Good morning.
You've been very
Happy New
quiet
Year.
today.
We've been intentional this year.
That's good. You have your money.
Yeah.
County Manager.
Just thank all the employees for a great year, hard working, a lot of improvements made, and also our thoughts and prayers are with Darren and his family.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, I just want to do a little report. I did go to the Birmingham Bowl. London Royce sang the national anthem. The F-16 and F-15s flew over. The game was Appalachian State, Georgia Southern. Appalachian State's out of Boone, North Carolina. Georgia Southern's out of Statesboro, Georgia. They had a pretty big following. It's not one of our larger crowds that we've had, but it's probably 12,000 to 15,000. But for these two schools, it was their Super Bowl, it was their bowl game, so. But I did talk to a lot of those people from North Carolina and from Georgia, and to the person, they were just gushing as far as the hospitality that was shown to them by all that they encountered while they were here. So basically, it was a Birmingham win, and it was a good game. The score didn't really reflect the closeness of the game because the other team made some mistakes in the red zone, but it was a good day and it was a good event. So Birmingham Bowl did a good job. So I appreciate all those that made that possible. That was a good one.
Anyone else? We're adjourned.